various uses, in flavourings, in curries, in stews, adds that sort of heat to food, and it has many uses in the vegetable plot and in the forest garden, you know, or the woodland edge. If you want to get a situation where, you know, you can use garlic to repel pests and diseases, this is sometimes used. What I like to do with garlic is I never really sow it, or grow it rather, as something that is a main focus. I like to pop it in the ground around the edge of beds. It's said that this, you know, repels pests. I don't really know how much effect that actually has, but this is the way I like to grow garlic. It's one of them things, it's a nice little thing to come out and pick a bit of garlic up and think, oh, you know, I only threw a few cloves in the ground. Now, there are a few things you have to be aware with garlic. You know, really what you've got to do with garlic is put it into the ground before winter. Just before autumn time, because it needs that cold weather. It is really a cold weather crop, and what you'll find is where you plant it, it will start to shoot out the ground in about January time, quite early. And actually bigger varieties of garlic and alliums, because it's a part of the onion family, you can actually use them as a leaf crop, but usually when I'm growing garlic, the smaller types of garlic, I'm not too worried about that. But the fact is, you do have to grow it in winter. Now, a lot of people say don't buy the store-bought stuff and start trying to grow that. Grow something from a garden centre. I don't know, it all seems the same thing to me, and you know, if it all likes cold weather, I don't know why that would be an issue. But maybe you want to experiment with different types of garlic you like to cook with. If you like to cook with a certain type of garlic and it grows well, you're onto a winner. But maybe if you really want to do a good job of growing your garlic, or you haven't had good results, maybe you need to experiment with different types of garlic. Now, oh, I wondered what that lump in my pocket was. Basically what you do when you grow garlic is you're just taking the bulb and you're splitting up all them bulblets, splitting them up into their individual bulbs. And what you do, this is probably going to be the easiest video I've ever done, is you just stick them in the bloody ground, alright? So, watching me, I will put these in neatly for you. I know you know now how to do straight right, I know that. All I'm trying to do is just show you what I do, because I'm bloody rough with this sort of stuff, alright? I'm mean, I'm keep my gardening mean and keen. Bulb, ground. I don't think you got a good shot of that, did you? Along the edge, just stick them in, nice and rough, alright? Try and do yourself, I know we've gone a bit wonky here, but try and do yourself a justice and do it a bit neatly if you want. The reason I've picked this specific, oh, it smells lovely, that does. The reason I've picked this specific place is just because I like to put garlic around the edges, and you know, I've also got a little bit that I put in there last year, and I'm going to show you what, this actually didn't go very well. I'm going to show you what I think happened here. So what happened was, I moved where I was living, and I had some lovely French garlic, you know, that really big stuff you get, you know, they use in France, really tasty stuff. And what happened was, I tried to bung as many bulbs as I could into this pot, because I had to move relatively quickly, and you know, gardening was pretty much, unfortunately, a bit of an afterthought. And what happened was, the bulbs grew very close to one another, and I potted them on, hoping I'd get one big bulb. What I've actually ended up with is loads of small ones, which is not what you want, really. But I know that this is a good variety of garlic. Now, it might be that it just doesn't grow very well. But what I'm going to do is I am going to plant these out as well and see how we get on. Maybe what will happen is, now they get a decent season, they might just fatten up. But again, you know, I would urge you, if you don't have a massive amount of success with it at first, try a different variety. It might just be that these ones are just not suited to the environment, but I don't know. Now look, I hope that helps. That wasn't probably the most technically giving of all the videos, but it is just one of them things. You know, if you want to have a real go at it, you've got to do a bit of trial and error. I've had garlic before in the past that's grown really well with very little help, and times I've actually really liked to grow some good stuff, and no matter what I've done, it hasn't done so well. So can make a massive difference.